Okay, so now that everything's been seam ripped, I'm going to show you that I actually am going to, so this is the, as you can see from the tag, it flips over like this. So if I flip it, this is the original back piece. I'm going to lay it flat for you. So that's the original back piece. The only thing, if you notice this one, it's upside down. Because of the fact that the velvet goes up and not down. And I don't like the idea of having the velvet go up because I'm one of those people that like the feel of velvet going down. So for the pattern pieces, as you can see here with the front piece, I am having it be on I'm doing it upside down, essentially. I'm doing all my pieces, all my piecing for this dress, I'm doing it so everything's upside down. So I'm putting those sides together so I can get that to unwrinkle. Why is it when you try and do this on camera it never works out? And then putting my two side pieces there. I'm just gonna do a straight, no. I'll be honest, I don't know how I'm doing the back yet. But I do know that I need this kind of a curve for the back because I want a sleeve that sits off the shoulder. So that's my plan, and I'm gonna get into pinning this. So fast forward through all that action. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm tracing the bodice pieces to do the back because the waistline is actually really good. I just need to make them not be for a the front, not be curved essentially for the chest. So I'm just gonna trace around it real quick and then add my adjustments afterwards. And then, because I need to know which side is the top, because that will make it a lot easier. Okay, I'm gonna go get the side back. Okay, so this is gonna, well, it's the side front, but this is gonna be the side back. So my plan is to definitely keep this and this. It's straightening this part out here for the back. There's a chance I might have to take in there when I sew it together and I try it on, but we won't know until afterwards, and I'd rather, I don't know, because I'm thinking definitely keep this. This is, I think, perfect, and then maybe just going from there up instead of taking it from this outer portion. But you know what? I'm going to do this side first because I know this will work because I need this curved piece. Okay, yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Because if you look, here, let me fold this real quick. It's not equal. Okay. Okay, what I can do, mark here, and just slightly slope it a bit. Okay. And center back, side, back, and then we put an arrow for back. Yep. Then we go here, side, front. Okay, yeah, I think this will work. So if I go like that, you have your armhole, which looks a little big. Oh boy. Let me see. I'm gonna take this real quick and see. Yeah, it's a little big. Okay. It's a little big. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to angle this up a bit. So actually, I'm gonna go like that. Where that point is. Let's see. Would that be better? Let's find out. I go aside. And then, oh, I still need to rotate it. Yeah, that's a little better. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this line. And then it'll connect up here. Okay, so I got those pieces. I'm gonna cut out the paper pieces and transfer it onto the fabric, but we'll find out. I still have to figure out the skirt and I haven't done that yet, so yeah. What are you doing? Okay, so since I cut out the skirts because I needed more fabric and I didn't want to. I was trying to figure out all that stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can fold this nicely in half. Nope. So I'm gonna have to fold the top part and let it fall. Oh god, it does not fall nicely because it's at a curve. Duh. Oh, come on. It will not lay nicely. It just wants to keep folding on itself. I can see why people don't like velvet very much, but it's so beautiful. Come on. No creases, no weirdness. Okay. So I'm probably gonna have to use two of these lower. Whoops. I'm gonna flip it the other way. Otherwise the fabric will go the wrong direction and then that won't be fun. Gotta do it from up here, so not just lining it. Come on. This is really frustrating. Oh, another sniffle. I sniffle so much because I have cats at my mom's house, and as much as I love them, I'm actually severely allergic to them, so my allergies act up when I'm here. So, okay, and then I just pull this down, and I have a lovely little place. Aha, look at this. I don't need it on the fold. I'll put it on the fold. Only because, yeah, gonna have to. Yeah, gonna have to do it like this. Or I can pull it back so I'm not wasting so much fabric. Ooh. So there's the front bodice, there's the side, and you can see where the U is for the arm. And okay, now that I've done the bodice, I'm going to do these little pieces. Well, and then I have to do it with the front and back, where I'm going to almost put like a on the top because I don't want to hem it. So I'm going to do the small strips and then understitch it so that it lays flat. So my plan is that it works. So I'm going to get into laying out the fabric and cutting this out, sewing it together, and then sewing it onto the bodice. That took a while. So this is going to now get stitched at 5/8, maybe, because I have a little bit of that. We'll see. So I'm gonna go take this over to the sewing machine and we'll sew it up. So I'm hoping with a little bit of I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to see it on my body because it looks like it's rolling a little weird. Yeah. So I'm gonna go check it on my body to see how it looks. And then I'll get started on creating the skirt. Okay, so I have 2 pieces of the skirt on the ironing board because I was thinking of, let me just walk over there. There's a big piece and a small piece that I'm hoping that I can take this piece, put it on the side, of course, not including seam allowance, and then having it go across the bodice and stop. I was thinking maybe the front princess seam. I know this is upside down. And so, you know what? Let me pin it to the bodice and then put it on the camera. Okay. So I'm gonna hold the back. Not very well. Let's try this again. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So, as you can see, like I have one flap here and then that big one here on the side. So my plan is to have it where I have, I mean, not as high, but maybe have a slit on the leg. I wanted something maybe a little bit fuller originally, but I don't have enough fabric. So, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the top stitch up here now to keep this flat even though it rolls. Maybe tack it. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, that's essentially what I'm thinking. Ooh. Okay. is too big. So. Okay. But that's where I'm at so far. Yep. Can we see this? Yeah. Okay. So what I did was I went from the waist up here, laid it against myself around my waist, and took a pin to put it where I want it to go, so I can still have a little bit of a slit. I also kind of like that it kind of like slopes. Can you see that? Yeah, sort of. Probably not from that angle. So now I can take my front piece, making sure that I have the pile going in the direction that I need it to go to, lay it on top of these two, this way, because I like to feed it in one side of the machine over the other. Okay, lay this down. I'll lay this on top of it, and then pin down. So back to the bodice. My plan is to take off a smidge bit of the sides because it's a little too big, so I'm probably going to take off like an inch off the side, so then when, you know, I put the zipper in, it'll be a little bit more snug. Maybe an inch? I don't know. I think I'm going to take half an inch. Let me see. Yeah. So I'm going to cut that, and then I'll come back and pin the bodice to the skirt. Okay. So here is the bodice, and what I'm going to do is step on the other side of this. Okay, so the slit will be on this side. So I'm going to go like this and then flip it because it'll make it a lot easier to know if I'm placing it right. I want it to be on the princess seam, so make sure then the bigger panel will line up with the, can you see the side seam over here? So make sure I put that in. And then line up the side seam, side seam over on this side. And now now that I have all that, I have to distribute, certain areas. And just kind of figure that out. Yeah. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna say that right now what I did was I was originally gonna go off the side seam or the front side seam. But then I realized that I have the little dart here from the front side seam here that I have to gather. So I figured doing it over there would be better because then it would line up better. It wouldn't look odd is what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna do the front here, also trying to line it up with the dart. So what I do is I flatten from either end to get to the dart, make that dart, pin it, and then fold it in the direction it needs to go into. I know I should have done darts originally, but I wasn't too sure about how everything would, oh look, I have things that I haven't cut. I wasn't too sure how to place them when I was originally starting this, so that's why I'm doing it now. I'm debating on how to do the back. I might do it by the backside seam, work from there, so that's what I'm planning on doing, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna take this to the sewing machine. Okay, so now I'm gonna put in the invisible zipper. And if you saw my previous thrift flip with the skirt, um, I tried using the Vogue pattern and I tried using an invisible zipper, and it was my first time. I found out what I did wrong. You're actually supposed to put the zipper backwards or upside down on the right side of the fabric and then sew it down. And then when you zip it up, it turns. That's why it's invisible. Did not know that. And I was trying to do it like a regular zipper. So because this dress did come with an invisible zipper, I'm going to do the invisible zipper because that's what I want to use. I don't want to use another zipper. I'm also going to, because I have the interfacing or the things that I understitched. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the zipper. I'm going to put the zipper here, and then after I finish sewing the zipper, flip this over, stitch it down, and then turn it right side out. I think. I'll figure it out, but I'm going to pin the zipper right now. Crossing my fingers this works this time. Okay, what I did was I got everything. Whoops. That was another foot for the machine. So what I did was I got everything together on here so I can start sewing this. And already, yeah, because I wanted to get prepared. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so now just to do the other side. Yep, the other side. Okay. That did not line up. That happens more often than not to me. Let's see. But I'm actually kind of used to it, and I know what it's from. It's actually from when I actually sewed the skirt to the bodice. I really don't care because I can cover that up. But yeah, I'm actually really excited. I'm gonna do this real quick, and then we'll try it on, and you know, I mean I still have to hem it and figure that out, but I'm actually really excited. I'm gonna, yeah, let's do that real quick. Okay, so I'm going to cut that, even though I do kind of like it asymmetrical. I'm gonna cut it to straight. I'm gonna have the slit here in the front that I need to hem. I have the slit here in the back that also needs hemming. It's a little big, even though I took a bit off. I should have taken more off. I got worried, so I'm just gonna take it in from the sides. Or I might have elastic. I haven't decided yet. I might have elastic up here. No, I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Still need to add sleeves. Probably just, you know, cute little pink sleeves. But I love it. It, you know, yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, so whatever that is, it'll show up next. Okay, so I did the hemming. I didn't film it because I felt like, you know, you see a lot of people see hemming and stuff like that. So I hemmed it. I did for the slit. I have one here. I have one in the back. I do get a little bit of bubbling. I'm assuming sway back and all that stuff. I did take it in here on the sides. I just need to do the sleeves at this point, I think. And that's it. It's just the sleeves. I'm kind of shocked. Yeah, so I need to figure out how to do the sleeves. I know I'm going to have them attached right under here, and they're going to be like this, but I don't, other than that, honestly, I don't even know either, like if I'm going to do, I'm still trying to figure that out. But I'm really happy with it. I think it's really cute. So, yeah. Okay, so what I just did was I took the sleeve and cut out 4 inches. Well, both sleeves. I cut out 4 inches from the upper half of the sleeve, and I pinned it down a 1/4 inch, so then it gives me a 3-inch sleeve to go onto the dress. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just hemming them, because I don't want to hem them after I stitch the sides. I'm going to hem them, stitch the sides, and then I'll bring you guys in for when I actually attach the sleeves to the dress and have our big reveal. Okay, here are the cuffs. So there's one cuff. Oh, I'll cut that later. And here's the other cuff. Okay. So side seam on the dress is here. Okay, I just want to make sure that the pile is going downwards and center back the seam, and then you know what's funny? I just had the side seam. There it is. So I'm going to pin to the side seam. Whoops. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm pinning to the side seam. I'm trying to think of like how much I want it to sit along the side seam. Well, that's not right. That's gotta go higher. So I don't know if I should go a bit more, but I want a range of movement, so I think I'll only do a little bit. Let me pin back here too. So I think what I'll do is I'll measure it to make sure that this one gets attached. Well, you know what? Let me make sure I do it now, because I can see myself making a mistake and not putting it on the right direction, because, you know. Okay. So I can get this. Okay. Because I'd rather have it somewhat attached, going in the right direction, than it not being attached and I'll put it upside down and that one's like the weird one. Okay, so let's see if you can kind of see what I'm going for. Maybe? No? Sort of? You can see right here. So there is, you know, the princess seam, and then here's the cuff for the off the shoulder look I'm going for. Okay, so let's go take this to the sewing machine. Three inches is the attachment, so I have to make sure that I do 3 inches on the next side. But I think I'm gonna wing it